It was important because I got a chance to share with the conservation voters of South Carolina, as well as others in attendance, what USD is working on when it comes to green and alternative initiatives, as well as what students are talking about. It's tragic. I think we can all agree that it's something that could have been prevented. But what it does, unfortunately, as well, is that it kind of makes us pay more attention to the consequences of our actions in that regard, and it's brought this issue to the forefront. People are talking about it now, much more than ever. It's as mainstream as it gets. People generally want a solution to this problem, and it's just sad that a tragedy has to happen before people do something like that. Well, it would be great for all the candidates in the race, whether for state house, state senate, and also for governor, as well as any elected official across the country, that sits down and has a civil discussion about these issues rather than point fingers or say this person is too liberal or too conservative. We've had that for too long. It's time for us to move on and sit down and say, look, you represent the interests of families who work in the oil industry. You represent the families who work in the commercial fishing industry in the Gulf Coast. We understand if we were to move from oil, many people would lose their jobs. But yet by having oil and having that accident, many commercial fishermen have lost their jobs. There are consequences on either side. And if we sit down and say, there are consequences to our actions, if we move to alternative energy, we need a way to transition smoothly so that we provide jobs for those in the current industry, the current economy, and we don't have any unfortunate economic shift that causes people to be out of work. That's the best solution. Instead of something that's sudden, immediate, and we want something sudden and immediate to happen, but we need to do something that allows everybody to make a gain from it, as well as promote the welfare of our future generations of South Carolinians and Americans. USC really is doing a great job with having a biomass facility, making its new honors residence hall very environmentally sound. And students are engaged with that issue. It came up during the student government elections. It's coming up now when talking about having a green fee. Students are talking about it. And students are divided about it. And that's something that's also important. And students aren't just saying, oh, of course I want a green fee. Students generally are feeling strongly about it. And that's something that's good. But it's also important that we all understand the facts, and we understand that making progress is going to require sacrifice. People are going to have to sacrifice for it, and it's our choice of whether we want to sacrifice now for the betterment of those after us, or we just want to wait and let something like what happened in the Gulf Coast happen.